Hi, I'm planning to make this video shorter, but this is the state of this project. I'll be totally honest, I don't like working with normals. I don't seem to understand them. I watched multiple videos about them and how other people do it, and it seems that Blender is the main program for this, how people make it look nice. I also saw other people doing this in Substance Painter like I do, but to be honest, even though I followed their examples, it doesn't turn out as good for me as for them. Of course, it is to be expected, but in other cases, when I model something or tried making painted textures, the result would at least look nice, just a little bit. But what I have here is nothing special in my opinion. I could paint this by just picking different colors. Of course, it has a little bit of a unique look when the light is changing, but honestly, I don't think this is worth my time doing. Of course, other people's work looks nice, but I don't like wasting my time on something that I honestly don't like anymore. To show you my other attempt, of course I had multiple of them. I also had this here, and this is basically how other people did it. It is just one color and then the normals are changed, like here. If I remove a paint, normal map looks like this. And they just paint on it a little bit, like strokes, and it turns out pretty well for them. This doesn't look too bad, but when I go to material, this is looking pretty bad, and I didn't seem to find out why I have the theme visible all the time. But of course, I fixed it by painting it with a clone tool, painting it over, and it's not so bad. Like I could work more on this, but honestly, this is not going on my portfolio, so I don't really care for it to look nice anymore. And UV seam here is weird, and I can't seem to paint over with the clone tool anymore. So yeah, I mean, this doesn't look too bad in my opinion, but as I mentioned, I could just paint this with color tools without using normals, and using normals is just extra time added. And yeah, that's pretty much it on my opinion on this experiment that I did. Maybe in the future, if I find out other ways to do this in Substance Painter than what I already did, I will do this, but for now I will move on to other projects that I set out for myself. And the other one being experimenting more with painting textures. I already have an idea for a model, but this upcoming week is very busy for me. So I have no promises that I will do a lot of progress towards it, but we will see. So that's it for this week's update. Thanks for watching and see you next time.